Hey, so I know it's been a while since I've vlogged or updated anything on my page, and I know right now I look really, really rough. So my son, my oldest 16-year-old, woke up at like freaking 5:30 this morning, screaming and going in hysterics. Now we have that 2 week break for Christmas and New Year's, and my son had been asking for a computer with like a keypad and stuff like that because he was working with tablets and stuff at first, and he was asking for like a tablet with like a keyboard because he saw mine and he wanted one like mine. So I said, okay, well, let me step out on faith and see if I can get him one, and hopefully he can keep it intact. Now, just to set a little bit of history behind that, my son Malachi has a habit of destroying electronics. He's probably torn up at least 20, 30 tablets, maybe more in his lifetime, and a couple of cell phones. Because he watches YouTube and he plays on it, and he gets frustrated if there's a Wi-Fi issue and he does not know how to regulate his emotions, and he just goes from 0 to 3,000, and before you know it, the electronic device is destroyed. Cracked screen, everything. Can't even restore it. I've tried to get warranties to try to resolve this issue to see if that would help relieve some of the burden of having to repurchase these items over and over again. But this Christmas, I decided to step out and get him a laptop and see how he tolerated that. Well, he went into like this blinded rage, I guess, over the past few days where he was upset and he wanted my tablet. And mind you, I bought him literally the exact same one that I have, so it wouldn't be any like back and forth issue, and does the same stuff that mine does. So needless to say, since Christmas break and him getting his tablet, it's been incredibly exhausting. So since he can't have the one he wants, he started to go ballistic, and he's been screaming and throwing major tantrums, and well, this morning things came to a head, and it's Sunday morning that I'm recording this, so today pretty much, and he got up screaming, going hysterical, yelling tablet, tablet, tablet. After and I didn't really say anything. He was like slamming into my door. It sounds like he was breaking stuff, just really inconsolable. So usually when he's like that, I don't confront because he can be violent. He can physically try to reach out and hurt you or hurt one of his younger siblings. So I just decided to call mobile crisis. So check this out. Calling mobile crisis was a complete joke, because when I called them, they told me that they can't come out to the situation because it's violent, and they have to wait till it's stable before they can intervene. So they told me to call law enforcement. Now, mind you, I'm like, okay, why would I call law enforcement? Why would I call law enforcement? For the simple fact that if I do, I don't feel like law enforcement has a pretty solid foundation as far as training for these situations where people have severe meltdowns from overstimulation and dysregulation. And I get concerned about the fact that he could get physically attacked or tackled, or maybe in some cases even shot. I said, no, thank you. I refuse. I would like to take a pass on calling law enforcement because I don't think they know how to handle these situations without being aggressive. So I just took a deep breath and came and talked to my son and told him he's not able to get another tablet because he broke the one he just had, the one I just purchased for him, and he broke the one that he has. So I gave him his medication to help him calm down. And by the grace of God, he was calm and he was willing to hear me out. And there's no other protector like God, so I was protected in that moment. I was mentally able to manage the situation. Sorry, I keep getting interrupted with phone calls. So it's just a lot that I'm trying to take on with this situation. I thought he was going to start tearing up stuff around the house because he has destroyed quite a few things in the house, structurally, doors, just in blind rage. So I'm saying all this to get to a point that I feel like there's definitely a gap, a disconnect in intervention with people who are severely autistic or suffer from some type of severe mental illness, especially when it comes to offering services like a mobile crisis team that pretty much defers you to law enforcement. So, like, what's the whole point of calling the mobile crisis team if they're not able to use their training and skills to de-escalate a situation? You're still going back to square one and having to call law enforcement. And like I said earlier, that's always a risk with that. So I'm just having a little bit of a venting session. This morning was really frustrating, and just an update. Malachi has calmed down somewhat. He's pretty mellow right now. I think he kind of understands that the consequences of his actions in this moment, but I won't know whether this is something that'll stick because he might start ruminating again, getting escalated and upset again. So it's an ongoing battle, and sometimes I feel like our resources in the community aren't as efficient as they like to pass on. So I just feel like we got a lot of work to do to make these situations a little bit more smooth to manage. A lot more training has to be implemented to our law enforcement before I will ever trust them to manage a situation with my son being in the middle of a severe meltdown. So comment your thoughts and things if you have any opinion on what I just shared with you. But in the meantime, please keep me and my family in your thoughts and prayers.